The F-150 Lobo is here and it is bad to the bone. I'll include a link to the Ford and Ogden's website in the description down below. They're providing us with this truck. Let's get right into it. Under the hood is a 5-liter V8 that goes through a 10-speed automatic. Fuel economy 16 around town, 24 on the highway, with power outputs being 400 horsepower and then 410 pound-feet of torque. If you want more straight-to-the-point reviews like this, make sure you subscribe. Now this is actually the hood from the Platinum Black Appearance package. It has the same little hood vents and everything. It also has these lights that are a little bit different than other base F-150s. You can see it's all blacked out, but then you have more lights in the center there with the grille. And those lights plus the bumper definitely give it a much more unique appearance. And here's a closer look at that bumper. A lot sportier looking. It does have fog lights integrated. No recovery points though. 275 by 50 by 22 is the tire and wheel setup. So of course larger wheels for the sporty truck. And then the suspension is going to sit a little bit lower compared to regular F-150. Again, it's a Lobo, so it's kind of supposed to be a lowered truck. F-150 Lobo badge there. Interestingly enough, they didn't paint the mirror caps or the door handles, which I thought they would with this package. And yes, it just has the standard F-150 leaf springs, it looks like. And then here's our side profile. You can see built off of a crew cab with the short bed, the most common configuration for an F-150. When it comes to key fob features, we've got our lock and unlock function. You got a little flip out key here, Ford logo on the back. Popping into the rear, the tailgate is not dampened, so you do have to lower it under your own force. But we do have an outlet here in the back, and it actually has bed liner. You never see F-150s with bed liner, but this one, it's got it, even on the tailgate as well. And then the tailgate's very light. Baseline taillights with this, and then you guys can see everything's body painted to match. And then you have the dual outlet exhaust tips. I didn't notice a note difference. It sounds the same as any other 5.0, which is not a bad thing. But anyways, that'll cap things off for the exterior on this truck. Let's take a look at the interior. Got soft touch and stitching here. You can see the trim that goes to the cup holder. And then look at the seats. Again, more of that stitching. Got like the neon color. This is built off of the STX package. Being an F-150 crew cab, tons of space here in the back for legroom. Got a little storage pocket. Cup holders in the rear, some USB ports. There's a full 400-watt inverter down below. And then this is a 60-40 split with the seats. Take a look at the front now. Blind spot warning with the mirrors. Sounds like single pane. We'll double check a little bit later. Anyways, you got soft touch down below on the armrest. All of your window controls front two are automatic with this. $14.97 for the payload capacity, so still pretty darn strong. More of that yellow stitching and everything down the center of the seat. Seats are manual with the adjustments. Got auto stop, starting all the light controls to the left of the steering wheel. And let's pop it on. So, bada bing, bada boom, bam. Now take a look at the steering wheel. You got soft-ish touch all around. It's kind of the more industrial trim the F-150 can have. Controls for the center stack right there, and then you've got your volume voice command controls with cruise control, and then this does have the column shifter with the manual function built onto the shifter. Ford's digital gauge cluster, which you can see the little drive modes here. I don't think it has anything special. It looks like it just got all the normal drive modes, so nothing fancy there. Big old backup camera in reverse. It does have a zoom too, which is nice. I hate these column shifters. Anyways, the infotainment system itself is, well, pretty quick to respond, I would say. So it's a good unit. Just down below, we have our part-time four-wheel drive system, and look at that, full auto. That's nice. Rear diff lock too. Analog controls for the radio. We also have our single zone climate with this. Tons of storage with the USB port. See more storage up front. And then big storage there. The center console opens up. That's like the workbench. That's why not having a shifter is nice, because you don't have to do the fold down function with the shifter. There's even another 400-watt inverter up front too. More storage above the glove box, and then you got the sunglass holder, and then no sunroof with this. This sticker's for $62,190. Let's drive it. Well, let us set off in the Lobo. Oh, that sun is bright. So I've been waiting to review one of these for a while, but actually I lied about that exhaust. Now that I'm listening to it from the inside again, I think it's a little bit louder than a regular 5.0. I think it's a little bit louder. Kind of has a little bit more rumble to it. But it's not like, again, it was not big enough of a difference for me to initially kind of notice it. Just saying. But I don't really care for, I'm getting old now, guys. I don't really care for loud, obnoxious exhausts. I'm 28. I'm getting old. I do feel like I'm getting old though. At least with my taste in things. Like, as I was filming this review, there was a guy with a diesel truck that drove by. It was super loud, and I was like getting into the get off my lawn attitude, you know what I mean? Like cranky old guys like, hey, you whippersnapper with your loud straight pipe diesel, quiet. And we're getting to that point in life. This thing looks, I just saw the reflection in the back of that truck. This thing looks cool with the lights. Very unique looking. Now, just like other lowered F-150s, it just got to handle a little bit better around the corners. But I mean, you're still a, you know, solid axle in the back, leaf sprung truck. So it's not a sports car. Not ever going to be. We're actually going to turn here instead. We'll just go down this way. It's cool to see the hood vents. I mean, this is kind of like a, I'll just say, it's kind of like a parts bin truck a little bit, which isn't a bad thing. But, you know, it's got some custom elements, but it's just kind of like I said, it's got the hood from the Platinum. And the STX interior. So it's not like a true, you know, unique one-off type deal. But also, because of the price point, dealers are really not going to order that many of these, I imagine. Again, this is the first time I've seen one. So means that it's gonna be something you're not really gonna see on the road. You know, it's nice because there's 1.5 billion F-150s, so having one that's less common is kind of a nice thing to have. It has a big yard for a small house. Yeah, I love the 5.0. Just smooth power delivery. I love V8s. That's why I've kept that older Land Cruiser that I have. Is I don't care that it gets 14 miles per gallon. I don't care that it's got old tech and this and that. It's just, man, you get into a good NA V8, it's just such a nice drive. Such a nice drive. Smooth, effortless. The suspension in these F-150s, even though this is a little bit lowered, it's not bad. Man, I just realized, maybe if I put this sun visor down the sun, nah, it's not going to do anything. That's funny, the passenger has a mirror, but the driver doesn't. The passenger gets to be vain. The driver does not. It's got good power. Yeah, the 5.0 really wakes up once you get above 3,000 RPMs. It really starts to put on the power, and it sounds like it just kind of comes to life. The thing that's fun about V8s is because they have such wide horsepower and torque bands, it's like you can really just feel out the engine throughout a large RPM range. It makes driving more exciting, I think. I don't know, you get into like a turbo car and it's like you just use 2,000 RPMs all the time. But this, you actually rev it out. You actually enjoy the engine a little bit, you know? It's fun. So, yeah, the Lobo is basically just a dressed up STX for over 60 grand. So I already know everyone's going to say overpriced, and well, you can get an XLT at this price point, right? So it is up there. These truck prices in general are crazy, but yeah, it's definitely up there, that's for sure. So let me know your thoughts on the Lobo and compared to the Maverick Lobo. I think this has obviously more presence than the Maverick, but the Maverick Lobo, I don't know. It's a cool truck. There's one right there. I think it kind of fits the street truck thing better than the F-150 here, but let me know your thoughts.